I'm just watching the space station go over, and it's such a crisp, clear, peaceful night and fresh air. It's quiet outside, which is in stark contrast from what happened yesterday and yet another cold-blooded murder with Alex Preddy. And even though my mind is just in all sorts of cognitive dissonance about what's going on, I'm having a hard time believing it still. I think we're all in that same boat. And I just wanted to stop here and say that we need to take care of ourselves when needed. And after today, I decided that I would not attend any protests. I was out all day yesterday again, and pretty much every day. And I've just reached a point where you can just feel it in your nervous system. That's it. You're shaking, you're breaking down. And I needed a break. And so that's what I got today. And I was thinking on the way back home of the significance of what's happening and what we're going through and how historic this actually is. The march on Friday was unbelievable. I've never experienced anything like that myself, and this should not be standard attire, by the way, but it works. And it's hard to believe that we're here again, once again, and defining the future of so much in Minneapolis. And it was with George Floyd, and I know there's a lot more history to Minneapolis than I know about political activism and civil rights, and I need to study up on that. But from my experience, getting actually active was starting with George Floyd, and this is a distant but very familiar echo of what's going on. My voice is raw. I'm tired. We're all tired. And I really honestly believe that things are only going to get worse before they get better. And that's not just me trying to be a doomsdayer. It's me paying attention to what's out there, the energy, and how I feel personally. Because so far, my empath self and my guts have been pretty right on as far as tumultuous times forthcoming. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means. I don't even know if I'm going to share this, but I think the message that I need to get out, and more importantly, is that what we are going through here in Minneapolis is going to come to other cities in the United States. That's not just what we're being told, that's what we're seeing. With recent attacks in Maine now. What is in Maine? What is in Maine that is... They're attacking blue cities, blue states. They're asking for voter registration rolls. My brain doesn't begin to understand what in the mind of somebody so evil, why there's not just a sliver of any human decency to say that what we're doing right now just is wrong. And it is at so many levels, this is wrong. And then I come home tonight to a peaceful sky and nature, and it's just such a weird contrast of what we as humans do to ourselves and what nature wants us to do. And that's just be at peace and to breathe and to be loved and to love. It is against everything I was raised with and everything that I've grown to know as far as morals and ethics, and just being a decent human being is exactly not what's happening right now with these people. I'm tired, and the thing is, we've got to keep at this. I feel like I'm flying solo in a lot of this, and it's kind of, we have to, and without being discovered in the rapid response groups and everything that we have going on locally. I would like to be more in the community, but I think just being out at protests and getting to know people and seeing familiar faces is what's saving me. And I'm going to continue to do it. Although today was a much needed breather, and we all need to take care of ourselves. And saying this to myself, but release that music and release that art. create the music, create the art, say the right thing, do the right thing, pay it forward just a little bit. I mean, these things can go a long way. We can see what changes history. It's one decision. You didn't have to shoot Alex 10 times. You didn't have to shoot him once. You didn't have to put a knee on George Floyd's neck. You didn't have to shoot Renee Good in the face. They didn't have to kill so many. The Castiles. It's just, the list is evident that change is coming too slow. So I wrote this thing about the whistle and what it means to me, and obviously things have changed a little bit in the last day with the meaning of the whistle and how much weight it actually carries. The singular tone, just the high-pitched squeal of somebody screaming for their lives and for the lives of the people that they're trying to help and save. That's what the whistle means to me. Stay peaceful. Love one another. Give your neighbors a hug, even if it feels weird. Just reaching out and breaking through is one of the hardest things to do sometimes. A lot of us are isolators and like to stay at home or be introverted. And when I'm getting out of my shell and when I'm protesting, it just allows me to see other people for who they are and what this all means. So, good luck.